Hi, today we are talking about templates. When you want a new project, of course you go to Xcode, File, New, Project. It'll present you with a dialog where you can pick a predefined template. And this is the category. iOS is the one that this course is concerned about. Applications is the one that within it mostly we are concerned about. Framework and other are more advanced. But for a beginner point of perspective, this is applications, and within per application, there are several levels of difficulty. Single view application is the most easiest one, and we'll go with that for right now. Then a more advanced one is empty application that you start, and then you have to do your own coding here. Now, as a homework, whatever I do with single view application, you can try these and launch it into simulator, just like what you're gonna see, and see how they feel to you, and get your feet wet. Click on next, and now here I'm gonna call it my first app A, because organization name, of course, whatever you want to use here, company identifier if you have one, and you see how it does that. Takes this one and puts a dot operator. Class prefix, I'm going to go with XYZ, but you can come up with, if you have a domain name or something like that, something.com. Devices, if you just want to make an application for iPad, just for iPhone, or both, I'm going to go for both and see what that one does. Storyboards is a new feature of iOS 5, and what it does is it lets you define in a drag and drop way different kind of views and connect them together with arrows like a flow diagram, so you can make the basic flow of your application and get away with writing a lot of code. Also, it has of course some limitations, so we're going to not use it for right now. Use of automatic reference countings, now that's very useful in iOS 5. You don't have to deallocate variables and have to remember that. It was very time consuming, so they've done a great job there. Include unit tests for advanced user, so these are the options we're going to keep, and go click on next. Source code control, every time we change a file, do we want it to keep track of it so we can undo changes and stuff? So that's a good one, keep that, and just go with the defaults and create. It'll give you a basic structure. These are all things that a template gives you. What does it give me? Supporting files, main.m, that's the very first file that launches when you click on your app in your iPhone. That's the very first thing, and that fires off app delegate m, and this method is fired, and what it does is it creates an instance of your main screen and does a little bit of detection whether you're running iPad or iPhone, and depending on that launches the right nib file. What is the nib file? Nib file comes in next. One for iPhone, one for iPad. Remember we said universal application? So you have to maintain two user interfaces and then do a little bit of detection. Here's an example of but every time you create new ones, then you're on your own, and you gotta copy and paste this if statement to make sure that the right one launches. A little bit more work if you want a universal application. Easy if you just want to go with iPhone or iPad. Now each one of the nib files for iPhone and iPad, a little bit bigger area and all that, you can see, has a little bit code behind. Like if you have a button on your view and you click on it, it fires off a click event. Where will that go? Both of these have just one source code file behind. You have to maintain one source code. Only the user interface is different. So the on click events and stuff will go in here. You see how the naming conventions are. View controller underscore iPhone underscore iPad, and view controller, so you can tell this one goes with that. Later on we'll see how if you want a different one, but defaults get you started. There are some other Supporting files, one is a plist file. In the beginning you don't have to worry about it. Everything is done for you. um, Name value pairs basically go in here. Even you can add more in here, and when the time comes you will see. Info plist.strings, internationalization strings go in here, so you don't hard code it. So that'll go in there, but we'll see right now, just to inform you what it is. And then there's a pch file. You will see when we come to Objective C that you have to make a lot of imports of frameworks before you can use them. And instead of writing them in each and every view controller, you can just import it here, and it will be automatically inserted in your .m files. Make life easier, a shortcut. So your imports of your frameworks goes in here. What are frameworks? Apple gives you different capabilities and different frameworks, and but you don't want everything added. It'll make your file very big. You only want the ones that you are going to use. So before you can import them in here, you gotta add them in here. Now they've changed it a little bit. Where will that happen? You click here on your application, build phases, link binary with libraries, click on this plus sign, find it in here if it's Apple supplied, otherwise you'll have to click on other and find it on your hard disk. If you have gotten that far, you would probably know where you downloaded it. Like this one, core data, or if you want to work with audio, and then click add, it gets added in here. Now you can come in here and import it. So that's what the basic template is giving you. Now one of the very first thing I do is usually come in here, select iPhone and click on run before making any change to see if it works. It's going to do some compilation and launch the iPhone simulator, and first time it'll do a lot of work, so it takes a bit longer. Next time it'll do, some of the things will already be done, so it's not going to take that long. Here's your iPhone simulator. I'm gonna stop this simulator and select iPad simulator, see what that one does run. And I'm expecting to see iPad simulator. There we go. A blank screen, of course. I'm gonna quit that. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe so you can be made aware of the next upcoming ones.